Hello and welcome back to our English classroom. Today we are going to discuss about Unit 10, which is planning and evaluation. We all know that after these portions we have already discussed so many methods, so many approaches, so many techniques that how we should have to be prepared ourselves for taking a fruitful classroom, for creating a fruitful learning. And after creating all that, we have to now plan, we have to now how to make the evaluation for the sake of the students learning. Okay, so let's begin. So, at first, we have to know the importance of planning activities and lesson plans that is appropriate to the level of the learners. We know that a lesson plan is defined as an organized statement of achievements to be realized and specific means by which these are to be attained as a result of activities engaged in by the teachers and pupils during a period in the classroom. And obviously, the lesson plan is an experience in anticipated teaching, and the teacher imagines the classroom situation during the class and accordingly formulates the methods and techniques he should use to achieve the goals. So, it is all about the lessons plans. We have to make the lesson plans so that we can be oriented in time and situation for the fruitful learning and for the fruitful classroom. Now move to the next slide. It is now about the planning of each day's lesson plan that can be done in three steps. First of all, it is the planning before entering the classroom. We all know that before entering into the classroom, we should have to make some planning, some kind of planning that how you should begin the classroom, how we should initiate the classroom before our learners. Because we have to make their learning in so much soothing manner so that their learning should be successful. And if their learning should be successful, then automatically yes, our teaching would be fruitful in terms, right? So first of all, we have to make the planning. So first phase is called planning phase. It is also called pre-active phase. Okay, now after that, it is about planning during teaching. Planning during teaching, it means that after making so much planning, you are now entering into the classroom and you are now executing whatever you have made your plans about your teaching, right? So this is called active phase. Okay, this is also called execution phase, this is also called active phase, this is also called presentation stage. So after planning stage, it is presentation stage, right? And third phase is called post teaching planning. So it means that after making so planning, you have, then you are teaching, and after making your teaching, now it is the high time to make the evaluation. And this time period is called post teaching planning, which is very much important for your teaching, for your own kind of teaching. Through evaluation, you can understand that your teaching either is successful or not. Either the learners can understand your lesson or not. So, it is very much important to make the evaluation after your teaching over your learners in the classroom. And it is called post teaching planning phase, is called also evaluation phase, it is also called post active phase, and it is also called post presentation stage. Okay, so now move to the next phase. Yes, a good lesson plan should have the following criteria. What are those? Now let us discuss. Yes, well formulated objectives that can be specific and also general, because without any kind of objectives and action cannot be fruitful, right? Obviously there should be teaching us when and how to be used. We have to know the procedure, and we should know the motivation techniques, because we have to make our learners very much motivated, otherwise they cannot be attracted to our lesson, otherwise they may not be attracted to our teaching. So we have to make them motivated, and we should know, we are being the teachers, we should know as being a teacher that what should be the techniques to make them motivated in our lesson. right? And then we should know that how to check the previous knowledge of our learners, because based on their previous knowledge we should throw the new knowledge onto them, right? So first of all, we have to check their previous knowledge based on their socio-economic background, right? Now it is main questions, illustrations. After checking all of these, now we are entering into the topic, and we have to be very clear into that. We have to make each and every portions in a very illustrative way, so that the learners can understand each and every portions whatever we are going to deliver them, right? Now it is the teaching techniques, guys. In unit 3 there are so many approaches, methods and techniques that we have learned so far. So it depend on us that what technique, what method, what approach we should select, so that our teaching can be fruitful in terms. Okay, so now move to the next slide, guys. Yes, now it is pupil activities. Yes, we know that according to the our present psychology, it is very much important for us to make sure that our people are either active or not, because here the teacher are only playing the role of a passive person, okay? And the ambition of the taking classroom is only to make the pupil active. So it is our responsibility, means it is the responsibility of the teacher to make their pupil very much active in the classroom. If they are not active in the classroom, then very simply you can understand they will not learn, they will not listen, they will not understand that what you are going to deliver them, that what you are going to teach them, right? Now it is about the evaluation techniques. Evaluation techniques, that is very much important, guys, because based on the evaluation you can understand that either your student can fully understand your topic or not. So we are being the teacher, we all have to be very much aware about the techniques of evaluation, that how the evaluation should be. Now it is the rough allocation of time for each phase. There are three phases that have already been discussed, that pre-active phase, active phase and post-active phase. It means also planning stage, presentation stage and post-presentation stage. It is also planning phase, execution phase and also evaluation phase. So there is, for each phase the time is allotted, so we have to keep in mind that fact, right? Now it is review and closure. It is also very much important for our teaching technique. A good summary is very much necessary also. Now it is about the relevance to the actual situations, right? And socio-economic background of the school and the students, that we have to know very clearly. Okay, so now move to the next slide. Now it is about the lesson plan, and it is called macro teaching. Guys, you have already known, you are already quite familiar with the fact of micro teaching. Micro teaching is actually the dramatization of the whole teaching material, right? But macro teaching is the whole classroom, that is about 40 to 45 minutes, that is the whole classroom. And micro teaching is actually very much micro. You can understand the little classroom, that is the dramatization part of the whole classroom, that is only for 4 to 5 minutes, okay, and oriented to 6 to 10 students. But it is now about macro teaching. Macro teaching means the whole part of your classroom, the whole time of your classroom, that is 40 to 45 minutes, okay? So here you can understand lesson planning means making decisions in advance about what to teach, how to teach, and the time allotment of every teaching procedure. Now lesson plan is very much necessary for both novice and experienced teachers, that we all know. So what are the benefits that teacher get from their teaching plan? It is very much necessary for us to know, right? To make the teacher aware of the aims and language contents of the lesson, that is the first fact. Yes. Now to help the teacher distinguish the various stages of a lesson and to see the relationship between them, so that the lesson can move smoothly from one stage to another. Now also it is very much important fact that making having a prepared lesson plan with us, we can save the time in the class, which is very much important important and necessary angle of our teaching technique, right? So now move to the next slide. Yes, now it is about the macro teaching format, that how we should prepare our macro teaching. So you can see here, first of all, you have to write the name of the school. That is your XYZ. Now it is about the class, number of students, average age, name of the teacher means year, and then time, roll number also. Now it is date, and to the right side you can see the subject, obviously English, and the lesson here it is taken the grasshopper and the ants, and to this lesson unit 1 summers their work. Okay, now move to the next slide. You can see here the broad objectives, right? I have already discussed that every lesson plan should have objectives, because without objectives any action cannot be fruitful. You can understand. So obviously there are broad objectives, there are specific objectives, and also there will be learning teaching material, that means LTM. Okay, that is here it is written a model of a grasshopper and the ants, picture of the lesson, and obviously components, that is textbook, chalk, duster, blackboard, that may be. Now you can see in the preparation stage. Yes, in preparation stage you can see that there is input, also the role of the teacher, the rationale, also the activity of the learners, and you can see the allotment of the time, and also the response that is coming from your learners in the classroom. So it is all about in your preparation stage. Okay, like I'm giving an example. You are now preparing yourself for going to outside of your home, and before going outside your home you are now preparing in your mind that what would be the necessary articles that we should carry with us before going outside of our home, right? So before going outside of our home we should have to be prepared ourselves, that maybe it is mobile, maybe it is umbrella, maybe it is water pot, or whatever the necessary article it should be with us. So we have to be prepared for that. It is also like that before entering into classroom we all have to be very much prepared that what lesson we should teach to them, how to teach, why to teach, what to teach. So that is the points, that are all the points that we should first of all set in our mind, and that is called the preparation stage. Okay guys, now move to the next slide. Yes, now it is the execution phase, ultimately preparing lots of planning in your mind. Now it is the time that you have already entered into the classroom and you are now executing on your planning, based on your planning. Okay, it is called presentation stage. So here you can see also the inputs, that is the textbook, text story, and also the teacher's role. Okay, and obviously there are rational, learners activity, and obviously the interaction between the teacher and the learners, and obviously there is the allotment of the time, 10 minutes you can see each, and obviously there should be responses from the learners in the classroom. Okay, so now move to the next slide. In the first portion it is also input, you can understand, that is from your presentation stage. Now it is about post presentation stage. Post presentation stage is actually your evaluation phase, which I have already told you that is very very much important, because after planning you are now teaching, and after teaching you are now evaluating that either your teaching is successful or not, either your learners can understand your topic wholly or not. So evaluation will actually calculate that portion. Okay, so it is called post presentation stage, that means evaluation phase. It is also called post active phase. Okay, here you can see also the input, the teacher's role, the rationale, the learner's activity, also the time allotment, and also the responses. Okay guys, now move to the next slide. It is also the portions from your post presentation stage. Now it is about worksheet, which is also important, because we are the teachers and we have to know that how to make the worksheet, okay, for taking the evaluation of our learners. So here it is the worksheet. Okay, you can understand there is column match from column A with column B, and also the rearrange the card with meaningful words correctly. So there are two criteria, here it is written. So thank you very much. This is all about your first part of unit 1.